Hello, all. I hope you've had a good day. I've had another yet interesting day. 423 as I start this. Love that. You know, this is how God works, right? This is what's so funny. All right, so I've been at my new company now. This marks I just went through, so I'm on my 7th week. And it was brought to my attention today on a meeting with the entire company that I get to do a presentation next week. Nothing like getting hit like that, you know? It's like, all right, that's cool. You know, whatever works. It's so funny too, because I told my coworker, I was like, I literally had a dream 3 days ago about a presentation, and him and I were just talking about a childhood memory that I had with my grandmother when I put together a commercial, and I had to do it for high school for a class that I was in, and I'd use the I used the tea tree soap that my grandmother used to buy me because I have really sensitive skin with my eczema. And so him and I were just talking about that. And so it's so funny how like Spirit or God, the Most High, will always just kind of give me little nuggets of things that are coming into fruition. And, you know, do I enjoy speaking? I do enjoy speaking. I'm more fly by the seat of my pants speaker. I don't like doing, presentations, PowerPoint, stuff like that, following a script. Reading is sometimes hard for me. I'm more one of those people that I just kind of like to flow with it. And so I'm going to get creative with it and things like that. And I'm definitely going to rise to the occasion. It's not my favorite, but do I think it could have been facilitated a little bit better? Absolutely. Do I think it could have been handled with a little bit more poise, a little bit more tact? Absolutely. But it is what it is. When God throws me in these little loopholes, such as that he does, I take it in stride. And I'm going to be myself. I'm going to be authentic, and I'm going to be true to myself. It's taken me 40 years to get to this place in my life where I'm finally feeling at peace with myself and who I am. I've always lived my life not being somebody true to myself. I've always lived my life to make others happy, to make others lots and lots of money, and to kill myself to get to this bag never exists. The bag does not exist. The white picket fence does not exist. And all those that say otherwise, well, ask yourself, what did you have to let go in reference to your soul and in reference to your character to get to said bag, to get to said accolades, to get to said whatever? Ask yourself. You have to fill in the blanks for you. You know what you did to get to the abundance that you have. I don't know that story. You know it. I'll tell you who else knows it. God knows it. But aside from that, it's you and God. I mean, that's just the truth. And so it's one of those things. I don't worry my mind with stuff like that. Unrealistic goals is just not something I entertain. I move and operate the way that I move. And, to me, this is what's more frustrating to me. Like my coworker shared with me. So he is a family of 5. There's, him and his wife, and he's got 3 kids. 2 of them are autistic. The 3rd, perhaps, are on the spectrum. And somehow, some way, one of them is on Medicaid and the other 2 have gotten dropped. And they're on a 1-person income in the state of Florida. I mean, make that make sense. There's zero reason why there's any children in the state of Florida that shouldn't have health care. None. Even if both parents work, even if one parent works. Absolutely none. And the amount of money that's funneled through Florida, we should be able to substantially hold that, especially when you have a governor taking $10 million from the actual state of Florida funding, which would have went to Medicaid and other things such as that. So, you got to ask yourself these things. You have to ask yourself these things. They don't make sense. Things like that upset me. Things like that infuriate me. I ain't worried about no dang, presentation. I'm more worried about how to make the world a better place. How to get people food that need food. How to help people pay rent that can't afford to pay rent. How to get the job market moving in a better direction. How to get the pay scale moved up. Those are things that I'm working out in my head. I ain't worried about no presentation. You know, and that's just how I operate. It just is. I see the big picture, you know, and that's the thing with God. It's so funny too. I just had this conversation. I was like, dang, Spirit, I hear you. You know, I've been pedaling around on the whole like podcast and let my website go live because I've already semi-built it. It's just been hard for me. It's hard for me. I enjoy making my little videos. I enjoy staying small. I enjoy staying in the field, you know? And so that's how Spirit be throwing me in these little loop-de-daisies. And I don't mind it. It's one of those things. Like I told my dad, I just wish we were more kind to one another and just didn't get so easily defensive. I had a video that I posted this morning that was a great video. I don't know why it got dinged, but it got violated for community guidelines, which the clincher is I posted it twice and one of them got violated, but the other one didn't. So make that make sense. It doesn't make sense. And so it was funny because I also said to myself, I was like, dang, is this going to be like my speech to America? Maybe I should really, really prepare for it. Who knows? My little Truman Show. It's just unfortunate. It's an unfortunate thing. I have learned to find peace in the wilderness. Find peace in Hell's Kitchen. Find peace with the devil's advocate. In my own way. My way that I process things. I really do. Like I went outside to take a break and have a cigarette and I saw my little orbs, you know, and I don't see them all the time, but I do see them. And I know that it's my grandparents and it's my uncle and it's my aunt and it's my grandmother, and my friends. You know, I've had so many people that have passed away, but you know, it's like, I can feel the energy of them and like the presence of them, as well as like the temperature changes and, you know, and it's such a beautiful thing when you truly connect with God and God within you and the Holy Spirit that resides inside you. And you're able to walk through this treacherous life that we all have right now. That's very, very difficult for everyone. Whether you're the big CEO or anything, it's just difficult for everyone, right? But being able to find peace in this type of life is really a beautiful thing. And I want to help the world see that. And it's like, I was just outside and I was just like, golly, God, I want to help people find the relationship that you and I carry. I really, really do. I wholeheartedly just do that. I have no desire for clout. I have no desire for fame. I have no desire for money. I want nothing to do with it. I really, really don't. I just want to see the world a better place. I filed my court documents today to question why my appeal is taking so long and essentially hold them accountable. And what comes of that? Who knows? You know, I'll tell you why, because Candace said it right here. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and pivot on this. Go a little pivot-a-roo.
This gang that's running everything, okay, they also are controlling the courts. That's how you get a prosecution against somebody that makes no sense. And why do you do that? Because typically you're hiding government's crimes, right? You want people to stop looking. You want people to stop asking questions. You're not just asking questions.
I have binders upon binders of receipts.
Yeah, no, we are implying here that everything you're telling us about the Tyler Robinson case makes no sense. But these people control the courts. And I got to tell you another thing. I want to be very clear. They even have figured out how to run a kangaroo court system, total kangaroo court system, where judges do not have to follow the law.
That's the
Ian
thing.
Carroll was on my show speaking about this.
That's the thing. That's the clincher. That's the cliffhanger in mine, is because the Pensacola North District did not follow judicial laws and overthrew their hand, essentially, illegally. And essentially, the appeals court has to hold it up. If the appeals court doesn't hold it up, then I'm going above it. But I'm just saying that this is the kangaroo. That's exactly it. We have judges now that don't even uphold the law. They have now created a law where essentially the judges get to make their own law. And this is the same thing in the law enforcement. Same thing. It's an underground network, man. It straight is the elites. Good gracious. Anyways, I love you guys. I'll make some videos later.